Hello, welcome to ATF TV. Today, we are going to discuss something much more crucial in life. That is, what actually keeps most people from truly being successful. Your host, Percy Apia AJ, with Genoid, my brother. Welcome.
Thank you.
So, with the topic, what actually truly keep most people from being successful?
That's a really deep question, and you have to kind of peel back everything, kind of like an onion, right? And if you truly peel back everything, anybody that has ever peeled an onion, you know that peeling back an onion, it tends to make you cry, right? Because when you peel an onion, it tends to release tears from your eyes. And a lot of times, the things that are really keeping us back from successful are painful things in our lives. Whether we grew up in a household that our parents didn't teach us these principles to become successful. There's a lot of things. Everybody has their individual reasons why they're not successful and the things that are really holding them back. So like an onion, you have to peel back the layers and you have to reason from cause to effect. The reason you're not successful is because there's certain things about you or certain things that you're doing and certain things that you're not doing that's keeping you from success. So in a sense, you have to be an investigator of your own life and reason from cause to effect. The effect is you're not successful. Now, what's the cause? You have to figure out what is truly the root of it. A lot of people, they blame circumstance. They say, well, my parents weren't rich. My parents didn't have it. I don't have a good education. They blame all these different circumstances, but circumstances does not solve your problem. Circumstances are kind of like a tree branch. You cut off the tree branch thinking, okay, this tree branch, all these leaves are falling in my yard. Let me cut off this tree branch. It's going to solve my problem. Guess what? There's 1,000 other branches and leaves are going to fall down regardless. If you don't cut down the entire tree, the problem is still going to be there. So a lot of times in our life, we kind of blame this, blame that, and truly we don't look within ourselves and try to find what is wrong with me. What is wrong? What's going on inside of me that's causing me to do this? Everything has a cause and effect. Like, for example, you go anywhere and buy a seed, any kind of seed, whether it's corn, apple, what is it going to produce? A corn and an apple, right? It's not going to produce anything other than what you planted.
It's like you plant what you reap what you sow.
Reap what you sow. So a lot of times we don't really investigate why are we getting these results, right? For example, let's say you planted an apple tree and you're not seeing any apples, or you're seeing tiny little apples, right? You got to investigate why. There's something that's causing that, right? Maybe the soil is not the right type of soil that you're growing that apple in, So let's talk about circumstances, right? Let's say you were born in poverty. Your parents didn't have the education, they did the best they can. They allowed you to go to school, you went to high school, you graduated from high school, you might have went to college, right? And you find yourself at a job, not happy, right? And you say, well, the reason why I'm not successful is because my parents didn't teach me how to become successful, right? Now, what are you doing? You're shifting the responsibility by blaming your parents now, right? We could even say the educational system, because most of us know that the education system does not teach you how to be successful. It teaches you how to get a job. Let's be real. It programs your mind, get this job, right? Put you in debt. Let's be real, right? So we could blame, okay, it's the school system why I'm not successful. You could blame, oh, well, it's my husband or my wife, or you could blame a million different things why you're not successful. But one thing that we really don't do is blame ourselves. We don't really take responsibility for our actions.
Wow, that's good. That's very insightful.
So what people really need to do is switch their way of thinking. Stop looking at your outer circumstances and blaming your outer circumstances, why I'm not successful, why I'm not doing this, why this. Start looking at yourself and say, what am I not doing? Or what am I doing that's preventing me from being successful? And once you can really get to the root of everything and really diagnose everything, then you'll find out I'm the reason why I'm not being successful. You know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, there are things that are deliberately set against other people. You know what I'm saying? Poverty is one of them, you know, but you can't, what are you gonna do? It's either you're gonna blame poverty and then just have a pity party for yourself, or you're gonna say, okay, despite that I was born in poverty, I still have responsibility to make myself better. I still have the responsibility to become successful. And unless you live in a third world country where you don't have access to a lot of resources like in America, anyone that's in America right now, unless you have a real particular situation, you really have no excuse not to be successful. A library card is free. A library card. You have so many resources at a library. But most people, what happens? They don't want to read. They don't want to go to the library. There's knowledge, wisdom, and understanding from books. People that become successful, there's so many books. Almost every year somebody comes out with a book on how to become successful. You could go to the library and find at least 100 books on one topic or related to that topic that you can study. How many people are studying books? How many? But then you blame your circumstances. You know what that's called? It's called being lazy. You have no drive, you have no motive. And sometimes we have to be real with ourselves, you know? We have to take that reality pill. You know, we need a reality check sometimes and stop saying, okay, stop blaming people and circumstances why you're not successful. Start looking at yourself. Start taking responsibility. Because when you start taking responsibility, what it does is you bring power back to you instead of power to your circumstances and situations.
That's very nice.
You know? And once the ball is in your court now, it's like, okay, wherever I want to go now or wherever I want to pivot, it's up to me. And then if things don't work out your way, guess what? Still take responsibility, right? For example, there was an example that was used by Grant Cardone, right? You ever read the 10X books? You guys should definitely check that book out. If you read that book and something doesn't shift in your mindset and way of thinking, then success is probably not for you. To be honest, because Grant Cardone, I could definitely tell you that Grant Cardone, his level of thinking when it comes to success is beyond normal. It's not a normal level. He thinks like 10X. That's the name of the book, 10X. So in that book, he uses an example of, if you're really trying to become successful, you have to think about not only what you have to do, but you have to think 10 times of what you have to do. 10 times more work that you have to put in. 10 times more studying. You know what I'm saying? So you have to think on a higher level. And because the way you operate as far as when it comes to success, if you say, okay, I'm just gonna put in 5 hours today on this business, right? Most successful people, you know how many hours they spent initially putting in their business?
No.
They put a lot of hours. For example, Tesla. Who created Tesla? You know who created Tesla? No. I'm putting you on the spot right here, right? Tesla is what's his name? His name's on the top of my tongue. But you guys know who I'm talking about, who came up with Tesla. Yeah, Elon Musk. There you go. Elon Musk. If you watch his videos on when he became successful, he put in hours of dedication, because that's what it takes sometimes. Sacrificing your time to put in the hours that's necessary for you to learn the things, to get the mental game down, and to do the physical work in order to achieve success. What do a lot of people do? What do they spend most of their time doing? Netflix and chill.
You're right.
So you want to become successful, but Netflix and chill is taking up all your time. Come on now. You're playing games with life. You're not really serious about success. If your time is not dedicated every single day on chipping away at that goal to become successful, you don't really want it that bad. You kind of want it. You're like, okay, I could take a couple hours. Think about Kobe. You think Kobe became Kobe just by, Netflix and chill? I'm only gonna put in 2 hours in the gym. Michael Jordan. You think about all these people that really became successful, and you look at their lives and you decode it, and you see how much hours they put in, how much dedication they put in to become successful. You'll see it. You'll see. You'll see. And our generation is undisciplined. You're on Snapchat, you're on Twitter, you're on Instagram, you're on the TV for hours. Nothing productive out of that. Nothing productive. Nothing that's gonna add value to you, and nothing that's gonna put money in your pockets. Nothing. Just being reprogrammed by social media. And you expect to become successful. You want it just to fall in your lap. Things fall in people's laps that are working for it, that are seeking for it. And to be honest, our generation is not like that. We want to become successful like this, but we don't want to put in the work. They want to become overnight success. Overnight success, if you really look at those who kind of became overnight success, look at the work that they put in before. Look at the work that they put in. They had to put in some form of work. And a lot of times it was failure after failure after failure after failure. And then they hit that big success. So that's what it takes. It takes dedication. It takes devotion. I mean, one thing that a lot of people say is you have to become obsessed with becoming successful. And if you really want to attain a high level of success, you really have to become obsessed. A healthy obsession of your situation. Yes, you have to have a healthy obsession, And here's one main example, right? A lot of people don't really look at it this way. Even Christ, he was devoted to his mission. Devoted.
Almost everybody. Because without that, you can't really make it.
Devoted. You think about some of our African American leaders, devoted to the cause. Devoted, because if they weren't devoted, guess what? We would still be in slavery. Everybody had to make their personal sacrifice, whether it was marching, whether it was voting, whatever it was. They were dedicated to what they were doing. They will literally eat, sleep, and breathe this. And if you're not sleeping, and breathing to become successful, what are you doing? Right? In basketball, right? Remember, ball is life, right? That's what everybody that plays basketball, that's what they do. Somebody that really wants to make it to the NBA, they eat, sleep, and play basketball. Football, NFL, eat, sleep, play this. That's all they do. They have camps literally down south. These kids from their youth up are dedicated to this sport. But we're not dedicated to becoming successful. We expect to become successful.
And now I try to understand the whole thing. All right, I really do appreciate your insight. This is such a very brilliant discussion. We will actually come to you with a different session, maybe like how to have solution towards such programs, and I think that would be a very great moment for our viewers.
It is.
So you can actually wrap it up for us to.
One thing I want to leave with everyone is the fact that we have to, like I said, we have to investigate our own lives and reason from cause to effect. If I'm not successful, or I'm not as successful as I want to be, what's the reason? What's the reason? And investigate what is causing you. What is in your way? What are you doing, or what are you not doing that's causing you to be successful or unsuccessful? And once you could do that in every situation, then you put power in your hands, and now you can say, okay, I can change this. And once you change it, you'll see the results. You'll see the results, and you'll be happy. Now you say, wow, if I could change this, then I could change this. If I'm only making 6 figures a year, and I want to make $1 million now, all I have to do is change this about myself, or do this way, and then you'll get the results. Everything has a science and a formula to it. And once you could figure out the science and formula of why things work the way they do, come on, you just cracked the matrix, man. You just cracked the matrix.
That's all right. I remember there is a saying goes, the difference between success and failure is choice.
Choice.
So you chooses which side you want to be, either rich, poor, successful, or failure. Or, wow, that's great.
So we gotta
That's very
stop blaming our circumstances and situations and start blaming ourselves.
Yes.
You know.
If you take responsibilities of your own actions, it actually helps
Exactly.
and
Exactly.
break even.
Exactly.
That's good. All right. Thank you for having you here. Hope to meet you again. Have a nice day.
All right.
All right. Thank you for watching. Kindly like, comment, subscribe, and share. God bless you. Have a great day. Take care. Bye bye.